Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
This is the GBN News for today, Friday, August 21st, 2020. I'm Beverly Telesford. In the headlines, 3 charged with non-capital murder of Kimon Charles. 4 charged for petty larceny as police make breakthrough in major soursop theft. The World Health Organization hopes to rid the world of COVID-19 in less than 2 years. Coming up in sports, para-athlete Aishana Charles sets sights on 2021 Paralympic Games. And in Around the Globe, Liat's administrator says all governments in the region will be asked to write off debts owed. And Venezuela's opposition leader planning to boycott the upcoming legislative elections. The details to these and other stories after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN News at 7. 3 St. George residents charged in connection with the death of Kimon Charles, alias Greenman of Beaulieu St. George, have been remanded to Her Majesty's prisons. Charles's body was found in a pool of blood on April 1st in Boca St. George during the early days of the imposition of a nationwide curfew due to COVID-19. Rena Pear tells us more in this report.
47-year-old plumber Ren Pursew and 32-year-old mechanic Josh Cooper, both of Boca St. George, along with 38-year-old plumber Kevin Ventu of Beaulieu, are jointly charged with a non-capital murder for the death of Beaulieu resident Kimon Charles. The trio made their first court appearance at the No. 2 St. George's Magistrates Court on Friday. Charles' body was discovered in the early morning of April 1st, 2020, lying in a pool of blood with multiple gunshot wounds at a byroad at Boca St. George. The murder occurred when the island was under a full 24-hour curfew imposed by government in the battle against the deadly coronavirus. The initial response from the public on Charles' death was that he was killed by members of the Royal Grenada Police Force, which forced Superintendent Vanny Cowan to refute that claim in a media briefing. Lydia Charles, the mother of Kimon Charles, who spoke to GBN with the request that her face not be shown, said she knew the police had nothing to do with her son's death.
Well, from day one, I say it's them who killed my son. From day one, I never go astray. They were saying it's the police, and I keep saying from day one is them that killed my son. Because my daughter and one always talk 24/7. They calling her, and in the morning, he never, and right there, wake him on dead there, right there he's staying. And when my daughter called him to ask him, he cut off the phone and she called again, he say he no wake. And he never call her. Every day he calling her, but that morning he never call her.
The mother said she is relieved that her son's killers were apprehended.
I feel good, I feel relief. I feel real good and I feel relief. I used to sleep, but every time I jumping up in the sleep, but right now I'm sleeping comfortable. Kiman, to me, he was a nice person. Although, all children have their ways, but to me, he was a nice person.
All three men were not allowed to plea as the alleged crime is an indictable one. They are remanded to Her Majesty's Prison with their second court date set for Thursday, 10th September. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
Meanwhile, in an unrelated story, Ellen Francis was placed on $15,000 bail on Friday with two sureties following arms and ammunition charge on Thursday. Police say Francis, a 32-year-old steel bender of Grand Mall St. George, and Mario Griffith, 30 years, businessman of Mundaloo St. George, was jointly arrested and charged after officers of the Criminal Investigations Department seized arms and ammunition during police operations on Thursday. Police say Griffith was arrested and charged for possession of ammunition and granted bail in the sum of $5,000 with one surety. The names of 4 individuals arrested and charged for petty larceny and vagrancy were not released. However, the petty larceny unit of the Royal Grenada Police Force is reporting a major breakthrough in which 1,500 pounds of soursop was stolen from a farmer in St. Patrick. Christina John tells us more in this report.
The petty larceny unit of the Royal Grenada Police Force has made a breakthrough in the theft of a sizable amount of soursop from one farmer in St. Patrick. 1,500 pounds of soursop valued at $7,500 was stolen between Friday the 10th and Saturday the 11th July 2020, for which evidence made available through the use of a special security device led to the arrest and charge of 4 individuals for petty larceny and vagrancy. Given that soursop is one of the crops most targeted for petty larceny and noting its importance for the export market, the recent amendment to the Petty Larceny Amendment Act allows for a licensing regime to be set up, which would make it mandatory for persons to obtain a license from the Ministry of Agriculture to be able to facilitate the trade or business of buying, selling, exporting, or conveying of produce weighing 15 pounds or more. The recent passage of the Amendment Act will allow for continued success in managing the crime. Christina John, GBN News.
Meanwhile, if you own soursop and are contemplating selling your fruits locally or for exporting purposes, a new piece of legislation passed recently in Parliament will bring changes to your way of doing business. Soursop is now viewed as the king fruit, as the Petty Larceny Act will make special provisions for it as a protected product. Here's another report from Christina John.
The way has been paved for government to proceed to make it mandatory for soursop farmers to have a license to sell the fruit locally and for export purposes. The Petty Larceny Act was passed in both the House of Representatives and Senate, making provision for the classification of the soursop as a specially protected fruit. The Royal Grenada Police Force Petty Larceny Division is operating with a skeletal staff, and the unit believes that with this new mandate, policing soursop will be a challenge. However, Police Constable Wayne Frank is confident they will get the job done.
When that becomes law, which I'm hoping that before the end of the year it becomes law, then we as officers, we have to be out. It becomes now mandatory, because what we realize that the people whom we thought were stealing soursop are not the ones that are stealing the soursops. It is people who are up here, as we say, high profile, has decent jobs. They're the ones that doing it because of the value of the product. So now we will have to be out there more often than we are now, even at night, because they go sometimes 3-4 in the morning, as we see, and borrow the people's stuff up and forget to bring it back.
With 162 reported cases of predial larceny from the start of 2020 to date, and with the Farm Watch program on hold, the question is, are any of the mechanisms implemented working? Constable Frank believes some measures are effective.
Yes, it is working, because we are having less report on a daily basis, but we do get reports, and the reason being is that the predial larceny unit is now more proactive. So we are out there on a regular basis. We go out to visit the farms, patrol the communities, because by doing that, you not just meet the farmers, but you may also meet one of the thieves walking down the street. So by being proactive, you reduce the number of reports that you get.
Presently, he says there are 8 cases pending before the court, and that's for the month of July into August. Most of the other cases, he says, were dealt with. Willis, Granville Vale, Boucherjou, and Hopeville have been named as the areas where predial larceny is most prevalent. Kristalina John, GBN News.
We take a break. Coming up, the WHO plans to rid the planet of the coronavirus in 2 years. Stay with us.
Envision more and get what you want with a Make It Happen loan from Republic Bank. Laptops for back to school? We make it happen. Home improvements? More space for virtual classes? That can definitely happen. What about a new car or a staycation? Explore paradise at home. Let us make it happen too. It's easy, quick, and affordable. Apply today for a chance to win US $1,000. Let Republic Bank make it happen for you. Call us today for an appointment at any of our locations island-wide, or visit republicgrenada.com. Special terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
From Hillsborough to Point Celine, Flow has you covered. We value and support our future generations. We understand the importance of saying hello. Keeping you connected is our priority. We have been working day and night to improve our networks, because we believe a connected country moves forward. We will continue to work to give you the best mobile LTE and home networks, because with Flow, it only gets better.
Dreaming of taking a break and escaping to an idyllic, happy place? Well, finding it does not require you to go too far. You already live in paradise. All it takes is for you to go out and discover it. Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique are blessed with a wide variety of accommodation that satisfy any taste and budget. Find the one that suits you and your family and treat yourself while having peace of mind that your health and safety is a priority. Knowing that we have gorgeous waterfalls, stunning beaches, and flavorful cuisine, let's be tourists in our own islands and enjoy paradise at home.
It's new, innovative and classy, and it cut above the rest. Your one-stop shop for bathtubs, kitchenette, customized doors and windows, and even a new paint job. We also sell quartz and solid surface countertops. At M&N Hardware, we offer best prices, excellent service, efficiency, and reliability. Visit us at Dusty Highway, Grandin, St. George, or call telephone number 440-6757. M&N Hardware, from foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Our superheroes are all among us. They don't wear capes nor have superpowers. In fact, they appear to be quite ordinary. They are the ones who provide us with food. They are our farmers, our grocery store workers, our vendors. They are our fishermen. They are the ones who heal us, our doctors and medical practitioners. They are the ones who protect us, our police officers. They are all the other essential workers who make this period bearable. And how can we forget our teachers, dedicated to educating our children no matter the circumstance? to everyone who is doing their part to make sure the wheel keeps turning. Ariza says, thank you.
Bruv.
Hello? I can't see you.
What's good?
But I can't even hear you.
Yo.
Hello? Hello? Ah.
Okay, I see you. I'm good. I'm coming in.
Ah. There you are.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high-quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicel's super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicel.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Envision more and get what you want with a Make It Happen loan from Republic Bank. Laptops for back to school? We make it happen. Home improvements? More space for virtual classes? That can definitely happen. What about a new car or a staycation? Explore paradise at home. Let us make it happen too. It's easy, quick, and affordable. Apply today for a chance to win US $1,000. Let Republic Bank make it happen for you. Call us today for an appointment at any of our locations island-wide or visit republicgrenada.com. Special terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back to the news at 7. The World Health Organization said Friday it hopes the planet will be rid of the coronavirus in less than 2 years, faster than it took for the Spanish flu. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus told reporters from the WHO's headquarters in Geneva that it should be possible to tame the novel coronavirus faster than the deadly 1918 pandemic. However, he warned that so far the virus is not displaying a similar wave-like pattern, and when the disease is not under control, it jumps straight back up. The COVID-19 pandemic has to date killed nearly 800,000 people and infected close to 23 million people worldwide. The Grenada Food and Nutrition Council is on a drive to get the entire nation eating healthy. To do so, the GFNC has embarked on a series of training programs involving various sectors, beginning with the health sector. The details in this report.
Poor food choices have been blamed for a number of chronic diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, and cancers. Lydia Brown, Executive Secretary for the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council, explains that Friday's training involves the food-based dietary guidelines, which was approved by Cabinet and launched in February of this year.
Training is basically, we have a handbook that goes through the guidelines and gives some information on each of the messages of the guidelines. There are 8 messages and there's a graphic, and it gives some information on each of the areas of the guidelines. Today we have the nurses working in groups, so they're working on the first 5 messages, and the other 3 and the graphic we will do together as a unit.
With the pending reopening of school in September, it is hoped that with the involvement of the Ministry of Education, it will become part of the curriculum.
So there's a guideline that was set, not a guideline, but a list of things that was sent to the Ministry of Education as suggestions for snacks that persons can utilize. I would advise people to contact the ministry, contact the Food and Nutrition Council, and we can provide them with that list that they can have some idea. It's not a complete list, but at least it would give them some idea as to the direction in which they need to go, because the intent is that the guidelines would be placed into the curriculum so that we wouldn't get lost like the first guideline that was launched in 2006.
Aloma Bain Street from the Health Promotion Department in the Ministry of Health is one of the participants who encourages eating local as the most viable way.
What we're looking at is the practicality of applying what is said in the guidelines. So my area that I was working on speaks to using local fruits and vegetables and this local seasoning, herbs and spices. Means ways and means that I can cut down on sodium and sugar. I use cinnamon in my tea most times. I have cinnamon tea sometimes. I use herbs instead of salt in my provision. I use things like big time, and so it's really practical for me. I use.
Participants were trained as facilitators who will assist the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council in disseminating the information on the guidelines throughout the country. Christina John, GBN News.
10 extension assistants from the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands participated in a special session organized by the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council as part of the COVID-19 Backyard Gardening Initiative last Thursday. The training, which was held at the Produce Chemist Lab at Tantine in St. George, forms part of the knowledge-sharing process on the benefits and utilization of selected crops in the preparation and consumption of healthy meals as part of the Backyard Gardening Initiative. The extension assistants will be able to use the information from the training in the field when they provide technical and other support to the beneficiaries of the program. The COVID-19 Backyard Gardening Initiative will support 500 vulnerable households, along with support for geriatric homes to promote healthy eating and access to food. A total of 22 extension assistants, 10 from the Ministry of Agriculture and 12 from the Climate Smart Rural Enterprise Development Project, will be providing technical and other support to beneficiaries of the Backyard Gardening Initiative. We take a break, but still ahead, government says it has long-term plans to address major flooding in the country. This is News at 7. Stay with us.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Missing the mass? No, here's an opportunity to win big with the Grenada Distillers Limited. Purchase any specially marked bottle of pure white or special dark for a chance to win. Look out for the Missing the Mass scratch ticket and win prizes instantly. Available at supermarkets island-wide. Prizes include mobile top-up, hydration backpack, domino sets, shot glasses, Clax Code product, t-shirts, and other Spice Mass merchandise. Plus much more. Grand prize. The ultimate Missing the Mass Clax Code Beach Line for you and 10 friends. Food, drinks, music, and more. It's the Missing the Mass Scratch and Win promotion. Clax Code Rum, Grenada's #1 rum.
It's the craziest summer deal ever from K&R Bookstore. Buy one, get one free. Deals on notebooks, pens, pencils, glues, crayon, file paper, everything needed for the new school term. Deals also on office supplies. So visit K&R Bookstore at the corner of Young and Scott Street, or give them a call on telephone number 321-3500 or 420-3507. At K&R Bookstore, the craziest summer deal is on.
They say sometimes less is more, but at Real Value IGA Supermarket, we believe more is more. And since we are all about more, we want to buy more from farmers like you so we can sell more to our customers. If you have a farmer's ID and fresh produce to sell, Real Value IGA wants to buy.
For more information, contact Real Value IGA on WhatsApp at 405-4405 or give them a call at 439-2121.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Welcome back to News at 7. Minister for Climate Resilience Simon Steele says government has embarked on a project that will solve the long-term issues of flooding in Grenada. Rina Per has more in this report.
Minister for Climate Resilience and the Environment, Simon Steele, says government is embarking on a project to address the issue of flooding in major parts of the country. He said the effects of climate change have created many environmental ills, especially within coastal areas. Hence, government's plan to find long-term solutions.
Relevant and to add a broader context to the issue of flooding, whether it's in Montrouge, whether it's Grenville, wherever it may be. With climate change, Mr. President, we are going to find increased situations of flooding, extreme flooding due to climate change. And especially within our coastal cities, where we have infrastructure close to the shoreline, whether it's a bus terminal, whether it is it's buildings, hotels, other infrastructure. And the Carénage is a perfect example of that. The Carénage is actually a floodplain. But there are initiatives that have already been undertaken by government. But then there is the wider issue, the long-term issue, and how we're going to resolve some of these chronic issues more systematically. So we're trying to work on all levels.
Addressing the Senate on Wednesday, Minister Steele said some of the solutions seems simple, but is extremely costly to implement.
And the work that is taking place right now with the Green Climate Fund, with New York University, and the Climate Smart Cities program, which also looks at Grenville, recognizing the extreme climate vulnerabilities that exist there and some of the chronic issues, in addition to the St. George's area, is what they call a bathtub effect. The project, the Climate Smart Cities project, is looking, a part of it is looking at addressing some of these critical areas.
The minister said government will be taking a twofold approach to the issue of flooding. For GBN News, I am Rina Per reporting.
Stay with us now for tonight's GBN ISA.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISA is brought to you by Clear Vision.
You know us, but we knew. You feel at home with every visit. An experienced team offering personalized courtier service and trendy brand name lifestyle products. We're changing the vision care landscape one customer at a time. Clear Vision Eye Center. People and technology coming together to help you see the world with a clearer vision.
Tonight's ISA features photographs of a scene that appears to be straight out of a movie. The tranquil lagoon captured is actually in Subi's St. Andrew. Our ISA photojournalist Kareem Gilbert captured the true beauty of the lagoon, which was lined with coconut trees, enhancing the aesthetics. You can send in your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
At
Communal, we are adapting to meet the changing needs of our shareholders and members. Times are changing, and with the changing times comes a whole new way to do business. Our parents may have done their banking a different way. Communal's state-of-the-art online banking and international debit card allows members to do business with great ease. It's like literally having a branch in your very own hands. Need a loan? Apply online from the comfort of your own home anywhere in the world, and your request will be dealt with remotely. Want to transfer between your accounts or another shareholder? No wait time for transactions to update. Voila! Who needs receipts when you can receive them via e-statements on your mobile device and save the environment? Not a Communal member? You can join our family today by applying online. At Communal, we see you working hard to ensure that you save, invest, and grow. Communal. Join us today. This will be the best financial decision you have ever made.
Hills and Valley Med Care Center, located on Grenville Street, St. George's, has a highly professional team that gives excellent service in massage therapy, physiotherapy, speech therapy, medical consultation, and more. Hills and Valley Med Care Center sells a wide range of medical supplies, offers home visits for patients in Grenada and Carriacou, and opens Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. through to 7 p.m. Visit or call Hills and Valley Med Care Center today, 435-6904.
Ovio.com. Sale. All the outlets, hotspot outlets. You're going to go to the Carnage, the Grenville, or the Sutter's hotspot, and you get sales and deals on all items. You can get these on potato, you can get these on saltfish, onion, garlic, mackerel, toilet paper, and we even have the currants and the raisin at $10 per pound, lowest price island-wide. So people just come down or go up or go across, but just make sure and go to hotspots.
Missing the mass? No, here's an opportunity to win big with the Grenada Distillers Limited. Purchase any specially marked bottle of pure white or special dark for a chance to win. Look out for the Missing the Mass scratch ticket and win prizes instantly. Available at supermarkets island-wide. Prizes include mobile top-up, hydration backpack, domino sets, shot glasses, Clax Code product, t-shirts, and other Spice Mass merchandise. Plus much more. Grand prize, the ultimate Missing the Mass Clax Code beach line for you and 10 friends. Food, drinks, music, and more. It's the Missing the Mass scratch and win promotion. Clax Code Rum, Grenada's #1 rum.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic Detox Center and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable. Always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff here to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load. With tropical shipping, so we ship everything. I can't wait to ship with Tropical. I can't wait. No package too big, too small. I cannot wait to ship with Tropical. No package too big, too small. Just ship with
Local agents, George F. Huggins and Company, Grenada Limited. Telephone number 440-8787 or visit our website at www.tropical.com. Email us at grenadasales@tropical.com. Tropical Shipping, committed to island life.
Long ago, the strength of Grenadians was in their arms as they worked the lands to get food for the table. Nowadays, most Grenadians' plate is packed with lots of starch and meat, little or no vegetables, plenty fried foods, and they wash that down with something sweet while sitting in front of screen. Hard work and exercise seem to be out of style, and lifestyle diseases are becoming the fashion of the day and claiming many lives. Let's make a change to live longer. Let us grow and enjoy a variety of natural and safe, fresh vegetables and fruits every day. Use our local fresh seasoning and spices to make our traditional dishes healthier and avoid highly processed foods, snacks, and drinks. Drink more water every day to help your body function better. Get moving every day and trade some screen time to share and enjoy healthy family meals. Choose healthy foods and healthy lifestyle. Follow the healthy choices for healthy living guidelines for Grenadians.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
We now head over to our sister station TV6 to get a regional outlook on the weather from Sigoni Mohammed.
And let's take a look at what's happening across the islands. I know you have a lot of things you want to get done, but let's check in first and foremost with this forecast. At this time, there is a riverine flood alert in effect according to the Trinidad and Tobago Met Service, and they're saying that it started from today. It's going to go all the way to tomorrow, Saturday, ending probably around 3 p.m. Now, in this advisory, they are letting us know that everything that's happening is pretty much around central and southern parts of Trinidad. You'll see that on this map right now, and what we're seeing is that according to them, there is going to be additional rainfall overnight, and that could exacerbate flooding conditions in and around the island at this point. So overnight, we'll be expecting those smaller rivers and tributaries in the central and southern area to possibly reach their threshold levels. Some of them may overspill their banks, so you want to be mindful of what's happening. Your response, according to the Met Service, is that you need to monitor your river levels before you head outside. Look at what's happening. If you need to remove yourself from the area, then you should do that, of course, and plan just in case. Have your emergency supplies, and that would include food, water, the basics. We know this, all right? So over the next couple of hours, we'll be monitoring what's happening for Trinidad and Tobago in particular, especially where this flood alert is in effect, again, ending tomorrow at 3 p.m. But even thereafter, we will continue to monitor what's going on with more rainfall in our forecast. So you want to be mindful of that in case you're wondering what's happening with our major reservoirs and our major rivers, that is, at this time. Well, they're still contained within their threshold levels, and we're not seeing overspill over there. Now, let's talk about what's going on in the wider Atlantic. Tropical storm activity is most definitely occurring. We have seen the development now of Tropical Storm Laura and TD14. Well, this system's still a tropical depression. So let's enhance our satellite imagery and take a look at what's going on here. And notice, of course, Trinidad and Tobago not directly impacted by Tropical Storm Laura, but it does pull up the ITCZ just a little bit, and that's being modulated and bringing us this additional rainfall. So you'll notice that moisture excessively in the atmosphere and the instability right now, that's what is producing our rain. So Trinidad, Tobago, Grenadians dependencies, not directly impacted, but indirectly, we're getting some kind of weather associated with this system as it pulls further north and impacts the northern Leeward Islands. Puerto Rico is also going to be impacted into this weekend, and we'll be giving you updates on what's happening with Tropical Storm Laura well into the weekend on social media. So find me there, join the conversation. Again, Tropical Depression 14 right now in the Yucatan Peninsula. The system is still looking pretty decent and it could still develop, but all of this we'll be monitoring, as well as that massive tropical wave off the African coast. Still just a tropical wave. The Hurricane Center again monitoring it as well, and we'll be doing the same right here for you on Team 6. So with that in mind, what's happening for us into this weekend? Well, come next week, or rather into this weekend, come Sunday in particular, even though we have some wet weather right now, we will see a resurgence of Saharan dust. The icky, sticky, dreaded Saharan dust plume is going to make its way back into our area, and that means you need to get your rags and napkins out because the sniffles will return as well as the coughing, okay? So be mindful as to what's happening in this forecast in particular. So let's jump into that. From tonight, still seeing a lot of moisture across Trinidad at this point, and that means we're in for some cloudy conditions, thunderstorm activity as well, and you'll see that persisting into Saturday's forecast. Nice cool temperatures, 23, 24 degrees Celsius by late evening. During the daytime period, we've got highs coming in 32 and 33 degrees Celsius as we approach Monday. The atmosphere begins to dry out as we see Saharan dust returning, but it's generally sunny by Monday, and we should see some breezy conditions. Still an odd shower or two in there. Tobago, quite a similar spell as well. So what you want to pay attention to, just in case you're in an area that is flooded out, bear this in mind. You don't want to go wading around in any flood water because there could be sewage, there could be diseases, and of course wild animals like caimans and snakes. You don't want to run into one of these bad boys while you are trying to clean in and around your area if it is flooded. So pay attention to what's happening in your forecast. In case you're wondering, temperatures in Tobago this weekend, not too bad. We're looking out for highs coming in at 31 and 32 degrees Celsius during the daytime period. By late evening, those lows dip to 24, 25, nice and cool. Lots of wet weather comes Saturday, but Sunday into Monday in Tobago, you see the sunshine returning most definitely.
Weather for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather tonight, partly cloudy to cloudy with light to moderate showers and the medium chance of thunder. Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting higher with showers. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. The warning of a low chance of flooding and landslides in areas so prone is advised. Tide to be high at 6 p.m. and low at 12 a.m. Sunrise tomorrow, 5:57. Weather for Saturday, August 22nd, partly cloudy to cloudy with light to moderate showers and a medium chance of thunder. Weather for Sunday, August 23rd, partly cloudy with some light to moderate showers. And weather for Monday, August 24th, partly cloudy with some light to moderate showers, mainly during the night. Stay with us. Sports is up next. Good evening, sporting fans. Aishana Charles, Grenada's most successful para-athlete, has set her sights on the 2021 Paralympic Games. Aishana got her first taste of international competition at the Arizona Desert Challenge, where she won gold in the javelin event. She went on to participate in the 2019 World Championship for para-athletes and was scheduled to be in the 2020 Tokyo Paralympic Games before it was postponed. Aishana says experience in the World Championships has spurred her on to improve her craft and believes that there are many more individuals who can become para-athletes.
Yes, I think so, but I don't think that it's been showcased enough. It's not been broadcast enough, so persons are not really sure on how to get into it. I think there's a lot of persons able persons out there that could make the movement bigger and better for Grenada.
Aishana is currently one of 4 known para-athletes in Grenada. A fine all-round bowling display saw Trinbago Knight Riders win the battle of the unbeaten teams and go to the top of the Hero Caribbean Premier League CPL table. Glenn Phillips was the only standout for the Jamaica Tallawahs as the power hitters struggled for fluency, and Sunil Narayan's second consecutive 50 did the bulk of the work, even as the Knight Riders took their time about the chase. Here are some of the highlights from last night's match.
Ramal Lewis went over the boundary line for Hero Maximum. Taking the aerial route, Narayan and Monroe added his value as well when he got an opportunity.
so difficult to bowl to when he's in this mood. He's got such a great ability to hit the ball to all parts of the ground and hit it a long way as well. So another half century to Sunil Narayan. Then Munro took over, opening his shoulders. This was the end of Narayan, just a top edge. Finished him off. Bravo joined the party in the run chase and was out there for a short period of time until he fell to this very good catch from Ajib. Munro finding ways to find every single boundary at this venue. He found himself run out there. He managed to survive it using his feet, charging to create different lengths, launching into this one.
Yeah, Karen Pollard didn't have a lot to do. First delivery, bludgeoned it before. And there were quite a number of extras. That one sealed the win for the Knight Riders.
Meanwhile, man of the match Sunil Narayan welcomes the consistency of TKR, which is reminiscent of the title-winning formula in 2018.
It's always good to win, and winning back-to-back games in a tournament. No one has been playing cricket much. It's good for us, so we're not starting on the back foot. And I think it shows how eager that we are. We didn't do as well as we wanted to last year with plenty of injuries, and we have our full team, and we are trying to showcase our talent to the fullest.
Narayan admits that he is a little disheartened by the lack of fans while playing at home.
Yeah, I mean, you must miss the fans knowing that we are winning. It would have been noisy, it would have been red. But I think once God is here and you have the strength to perform, I think that's all you really need.
Still with news from CPL, Trinbago Knight Riders captain Karen Pollard was pleased with what he saw from 18-year-old Jaden Seals during the team's 7-wicket win over the Jamaica Tallawahs in the Hero Caribbean Premier League action on Thursday night. Seals bowled 3 overs and took 2 wickets for 21 runs to help restrict the Tallawahs to 135 for 8. More impressive for the 18-year-old was the fact that he was entrusted with opening the bowling along with Ali Khan against a powerful Tallawahs top order. GBN continues its broadcast of the Hero CPL from Saturday as St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots take on St. Lucia Zouks from 10 a.m. and Guyana Amazon Warriors versus Jamaica Tallawahs at 2:15 p.m. Now, FIFA lodged an appeal on Thursday against a decision of the Trinidad and Tobago High Court to proceed with a claim from the former leadership of the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, the TTFA, against a decision of the Bureau of the FIFA Council in March 2020 to appoint a normalization committee for the TTFA. FIFA is insisting that the only recognized path to resolve the ongoing dispute is the Court of Arbitration for Sports, or CAS. On August 13th, Justice Carol Gorbin ruled that the matter would be heard in the Trinidad High Court of Justice. However, in its notice of appeal, FIFA said the High Court judge erred on several points of law. FIFA is now warning Trinidad and Tobago that they face suspension from international football if they pursue a dispute through the country's High Court in contravention of the world governing body's statuses. The TTFA and FIFA have been at loggerheads since March after the latter dissolved the executive of the cash-strapped association. That's it for sports. Coming up next is the program on the globe. We begin our program on the globe in Antigua, where the newly appointed administrator for LIAT, Cleveland Seaford, has been setting out the terms under which the island's finances will be settled. He says all governments in the region will be asked to write off the debts owed by the ailing airline. We would have more on that from ABS Television.
We have been addressing some of the statutory things we needed to do to take control of the assets of the company. We had to take control of the bank accounts, we had to take control of the property of it.
Cleveland Seaforth is a man on a mission. He has 120 days to craft a plan for the restructuring of the carrier. It's a lifeline because it had been facing liquidation. He has had a series of meetings.
We have spoken to the employees through their unions. We've spoken to a number of stakeholders, some of the creditors. We've been having discussions with them, and we continue to do so. We have also, so far, been speaking with potential investors who have expressed an interest in coming on board.
And is preparing to dispatch a series of crucial letters. If he's successful, this will reduce the airline's liabilities.
Based on informal discussions with the government of Antigua, there has been an indication that they are likely to write off what is owed. But every member within the CARICOM area would be asked to forgive the amounts owing to them. What the response is, I cannot say.
And regarding staffing levels, there have yet been no permanent cuts, but there have been layoffs due to the time period in law. And regarding pay,
May has not been paid, June has not been paid. The Prime Minister of Antigua had made an arrangement with some of the heads within the CARICOM area to pay a part of the salaries for July. The government of Antigua has delivered on the promise and have transferred the funds to pay the salaries for July. So the government of Antigua is paying the salaries for July. Those funds have been provided to us, and we are actually in the process now of trying to disburse those funds.
This applies to employees who would have been employed during the month of July. The government of Grenada has also indicated it will pay salaries for May and June for Grenada-based employees. And regarding the prospects of the carrier soaring again, he says a lot will depend on private sector involvement to provide fresh capital. Talks are already being held with prospective investors, one regional and one international. A timeline for a return to the skies, the brand under which this happens, and the routes to be serviced are all fluid concepts still being worked out. Garfield Burford, ABS News.
Over in Jamaica, the Ministry of Education is conducting a risk assessment to determine whether schools will reopen on September 7th. Education Minister Carl Samuda made this disclosure at a Jamaica Teacher Association conference. Jamila Pullen reports.
On Wednesday, coronavirus cases reached a new high. There were 46 new cases, pushing the number of confirmed cases to 1,192. Of that number, there are now 336 active cases, while 772 people have recovered from the virus. The increasing numbers is of concern to the Ministry of Education. Minister Carl Samuda pointed to the safety of teachers and students. He says an assessment is currently underway and contingency plans being explored in the event face-to-face classes are not possible.
I know there are many teachers, many parents who are anxious to have the children back in a face-to-face classroom environment. But it is the responsibility of a responsible government to ensure that the safety of the teachers and the students take priority.
Around the world, countries are debating what to do about schools during the pandemic. In many countries, they have been shut, while others have reopened. But Mr. Samuda explains Jamaica is not in a position to take the risk like other countries.
We have seen where great and big and powerful countries are reeling from almost out of control expansion of the virus. The spread has been alarming. We all love this country too much. We all love our people too much to expose ourselves to anything of that kind.
However, Mr. Samuda says no decision will be taken without consulting with certain groups. This include the Jamaica Teachers Association, JTA, the National Parent Teacher Association, as well as students. Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
In Venezuela, opposition leader Juan Guaido is planning to boycott the upcoming legislative elections. He is appealing to fractured opposition parties to unite in what has been seen as a last-ditch effort to maintain recognition at home and abroad. Al Jazeera's Lucia Newman reports.
It's been nearly 8 months since government forces literally locked out Juan Guaido from Venezuela's National Assembly. This even though he was the leader of parliament. Now President Nicolás Maduro is preparing to make good on his vow to regain control of parliament, the country's only independent democratic institution, in upcoming elections. In response, Guaido is issuing an urgent call to opposition parties for action.
I propose a commitment to discuss and agree on a common strategy in the next 10 days. I will expect a public and active answer from each of you, showing a united commitment to freeing Venezuela.
Guaido's plan calls for denouncing and rejecting what he calls an electoral fraud.
We must activate an agenda of domestic and international action and mobilization to obtain the necessary responses from our armed forces, the international community, and all of our allies.
Guaido is appealing to the fractured opposition to join forces and call for a total boycott of the elections, arguing that fraud is a foregone conclusion. Participating would legitimize a dictatorship, he says. A new data analysis poll suggests that 75% of Venezuelans believe the elections won't be competitive and won't reflect the opinion of the voters.
When you ask people about their disposition to vote in an election that evidently is not competitive, only 11% say that they're very willing to do so, and about 30% say that they may. That means around 40% might go to the polls, but past experience shows most abstain if conditions are unfair.
Given that sentiment, the opposition is clearly in a lose-lose position. Guaido has lost momentum, leadership, and the ability to mobilize large numbers of people as he once did. His bet is that by boycotting the poll, the opposition can at least claim there was no election. That will likely draw out an ongoing political standoff in which more than 50 nations recognize Guaido as Venezuela's legitimate interim president. But as he well knows, even that can't last indefinitely. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera.
And that's it for tonight's program on the Globe. When we come back, we'll have a reminder of tonight's top stories. Recapping the main points this evening: 3 charged with non-capital murder of Kimon Charles. 4 charged for petty larceny as police make breakthrough in major source of theft. And the World Health Organization hopes to rid the world of COVID-19 in less than 2 years. In sports, para-athlete Aishana Charles sets sights on 2021 Paralympic Games. And then around the globe, Liet's administrator says all governments in the region will be asked to write off debts owed. And Venezuela's opposition leader plans to boycott the upcoming legislative elections. Now, if you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it would be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on GBN's television Facebook page or YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Beverly Telesford. That's news. Good night.